Hot day, hot, miserable day. The first clip I'm going to show you is, of course, last night I went up to the Harrisonville, Pleasant Hill area, and I picked up that other skidder to bring to El Dorado today. So the first clip I'm going to show you is kind of a little mishap. I don't know what happened there. I'm going to have to call the landowner. I plan on calling him this evening, kind of let him know what I've seen and what's going on, let him know that something's happened over there. And I don't know if the landowner, I wouldn't think the landowner's tried to do this himself, but you never know. Of course, those neighbor kids next door were cutting trees, so that would be my guess. And I talked to Dad today, and he said he didn't cut them. So you guys take a look at them, decide for yourself. I am hot. It's terribly hot and miserable. So yeah, almost a little delirious. I've got to go get some logger thread stuff, get ready to ship out. We've had several orders come in this weekend. I want to say a big thank you to Timber Pro Joe for sharing our Instagram page on his Instagram. Super big thank you. If you guys don't know who Timber Pro Joe is, you should follow him on Instagram. He operates a large, I know they've got two Timber Pros. One of them's like the trial model, the new D series. I think it's the 735D. They've got a fairly large logging company there in New Hampshire. They do a lot of awesome stuff. They get to work with the big toys. But yeah, that Timber Pro is pretty sweet. But definitely go and check out Timber Pro's stuff on his Instagram page. I love seeing all his posts, like I said. But I'm made up with logging. Like, you know, that stuff just interests me, especially when it's stuff that I don't do on a regular basis, like the big harvesters, running the 648s, the 748s, the big skidders. They're doing that, so check out everything they do. Big thank you to Joe again for sharing the page and, you know, turn on a lot of new followers to Logger Threads. Guys, I hope you enjoy today's video. We'll be back at it tomorrow. A lot going on this week, busy week. Have a great Sunday. We'll see you tomorrow. I come up here to get this skidder, the D we put the clutch in. These last two logs went to the landing. And actually, I'd already bopped these two trees right here. And I seen a tree top down, and the leaves ain't been cut very long. The leaves are still green on them. Someone has ruined a good tree trying to cut it. I mean, that's terrible. Absolutely terrible. That's what's bad. I've already paid for them. Already paid for them. There's another one up here that got hung up. That's something right there. Really something. See, they ain't been cut long. The leaves are still green on these trees. They haven't started to wilt yet. It's the same deal here. Split that tree and hung it up into another one. Ain't that something? People can't leave well enough alone. Can't leave well enough alone. Start to a warm Sunday. It's starting to warm up. It's already 90 degrees here at 11 o'clock. Got another skidder on right now. I went up last night and picked this little jewel up there at Pleasant Hill. Got it back home. I was bored sitting around. I've got to always be doing something. I get bored so easy, and if I'm not constantly doing something, I just get so restless. So a lot of times, I mean, that's part of the reason why I work as much as I do, is because I absolutely hate sitting around. That's part of the reason why I've started other companies, just to constantly give me something to do to kind of make me feel at ease, at peace. Just I've got a restless mind, so I've always got to be working on something, or so I think I do. But yeah, Sunday, getting this skidder moved here. Now all this week we'll be working 2 jobs each day. I'll probably come over here in the mornings and cut walnut, or I might come over here in the evenings and cut walnut. Then I'll go up to the job where I unloaded the other 548 yesterday and cut timber. So, and I like that too. I like it that I can have, I don't mind working. I really don't. Like I said, I enjoy being out here, and I enjoy I enjoy seeing things happen. I enjoy seeing the progress of it all. I like seeing things come together and seeing something built or created or destroyed, or, you know, create and destroy, build up, tear it down, build it again. So, yeah, I'm excited about this week. I'm happy to get up here and get started on this little job of Walnut. Now, this job here, I'll probably bring Dad's Ranger up here a couple days, and what I'll do on this job first, I'll probably try to cut everything first, because this job we're going to, I bought it a few weeks back. Everything is so scattered out. I think there's like 180 acres here, and it's on Clear Creek. Clear Creek's a pretty good sized tributary that feeds into the Osage River not far from here. Now, we've cut a lot of timber on Clear Creek in the past, but it's further on up the creek. So I cut a lot of good walnut on Clear Creek, but here, the timber's been cut off this place before, and I was actually asking Dad, I said, Dad, have you ever cut this timber? And he thinks there's a good chance he might have been the last person to cut this years ago. And it's been a long time since it was cut. But there's not a lot of big walnut here. It's just their lumber. There won't be really any good high-grade veneer, or any low-grade veneer for that matter. It's just a good set of lumber logs, what we're going to be getting into up here. But I'm happy to have it all. Now, as soon as I finish this job up, this skidder here, we've got a beeline down to Carthage, Missouri, because we've got a couple jobs down there. We've got to get cut in a hurry. So, yeah, it's always something. Always something. I like cutting here north of El Dorado. Years past, we've cut just a multitude of timber here around El Dorado Springs. Of course, it's one of the neighboring cities to Stockton, where I live. I say city, neighboring town. It is bigger than Stockton. I mean, they got a McDonald's. That's more than we got. That's how you know you're a big town. If you've got a Walmart, the McDonald's, or stoplights, that's how you know you're a big town. That's speaking from a small town mentality. So, and there's still some walnuts scattered through in the countryside up here. Just a matter of finding it. Just got to get out there and look for it. And luckily, I try to stay in the position where I don't have to look for timber anymore, because I don't want to spend my time looking for timber. Now, if I'm cutting on a job and next door, you know, there's timber, yeah, that's a different story. But other than that, I usually just go where I get calls. That's the glory about being where we're at with our company anymore, is we're very well established, very well known, and I get a ton of calls about timber. So it's nice to be in that position instead of having to worry about having work or looking for work. I've always got timber to cut, and it's a great problem to have. So we're way down this gravel road out here. We'll get up here and get unloaded, and then this evening we're going to go over here and buck some logs and get them laid out with the skid steer, what I cut last week, so I can get the skid steer loaded up and moved. So yeah, there's always something to do, always something going on. Come on, old girl. Make the climb here. I should have got a little more run at that. Hay's in full effect right now. Everybody's laying hay down. Big field of hay, big field of grass. Now, we're really not too far as the crow flies from where I unloaded the skidder yesterday. We're just the 540 I unloaded yesterday. It's just kind of straight west and a little north of here. Of course, it's on the north side of the big river, and we're on the south side here. But this little area right in here, this little vein, there's just a heavy presence of oak timber in here. A lot of white oak, a lot of good red oak. We've cut some really big jobs up in this area. I mean, really big jobs. And yeah, it's a lot of times it's pretty good timber for the most part. Let's see if we can get in here, which I think we can. Get her swung nice and wide here. Oh yeah. No hill for a high stepper there. Actually, this farm right over here, and I don't remember the guy's name, but he used to play football, professional football. He was actually from Webb City, Missouri. I think he was on a Super Bowl winning team or two. I don't remember if he played with the. Because I'm not a big football fan. Maybe Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Is that right? Do they win some Super Bowls, or maybe New England? I know New England wins a lot of Super Bowls, but anyway, he was a great big devil, like 6'8" and 280. I think he was a defensive tackle or defensive end. I think he was a pretty good ball player, but he used to own this place right here, and it's I want to say there was like 400 or 500 acres on this place. He just used it for hunting. Of course, Southwest Missouri, it's known for its turkey hunting, and I think that's a big reason he had this, was just for turkey and some deer hunting. But the turkey hunting around, which I don't hunt, I've been turkey hunting before, you know. But yeah, our turkey hunting around here is real good. Got a lot of turkeys. And you get up here on the rivers, they raise some big deer. Of course, they put out all the food plots, and of course, a lot of the places, just the farmland, they've got plenty to eat. Of course, they can be here in the timber and hide and eat all kinds of acorns. But this old nasty stuff here, a lot of this is blackjack, just nasty stuff up here on this hill, these knobs. But you get off in these draws, it's a different story. You get off in these draws, it transitions to good white oak and red oak pretty quick. This is a nice place here we're going to cut on. This is a real nice place, and it's just used for hunting. It's just solely a piece of hunting property is all it is. Tucked way away here, way back in here. Of course, you know, I'm a smart guy, so I waited till heat of the day to come over here and buck these logs up. I got caught up doing some other things, had some phone calls come in, played around with Tipsy a little bit. There's sometimes I just like to play with my dog. But I come over here. Luckily there's about 2,000 feet of these logs, so it didn't take too long to buck them up, but it was hot, real hot. But the good thing about it is I can sit in the skid stew now with the air conditioning on and get these logs laid out. This is the last thing I've got planned for the day. After this, my day is through. There ain't really too good of a place to lay these logs out. Dodge the old boat here. All kinds of treasure back here. Let's see if we can ease these over ever so gently. I don't want to hit my truck, I know that. I don't really want to scratch the bark off the trees either. There we go. Now, let's see if we can I'll pull my truck up, and I think we'll lay these logs right in here. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Well, it sure looks like a bunch of logs. It looks like more than 2,000 feet, but I don't think it will be. They look good all laid out, but the problem with these, a lot of them are just small. A lot of smaller diameter logs. They're good logs, they're clean. It was only 13 trees, so they were tall trees, you know. Anytime you got the product of 13 trees in a pile like this, you got some tall trees. But I think 2,000 feet, I think that's what we'll be stretching for here with these. And there's some good logs in here. There is, but it's the same old song and dance. I just wish there were more of them. Not too bad. But I'll take them, you know, anymore. I love these little jobs like this. I do. I love these little jobs. Just a couple days, you're in and out, you're done. Let's see if we can get by the truck here. I'd like to park the skid steer up here. I had to move some boats. I guess that would be a first for me. I've never had to pick up and move boats before with my skid steer. There's a lot of trash hiding in these tall weeds and grass here. Right alongside the old 550. Well, we run over something. I seen that move. swing set. That's officially got the wraps on this one. I say that, I'm sure I'll have to stack these logs up. I hope I don't, but I'm sure I'll have to. I hope the truck can just pull right up in here, load those, and be done with it. Is what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm hoping for. I could probably push out an area right here where we can get turned around real good, because I think that 10-wheeler and pup can get it out of this driveway. I don't think he'd have any trouble. But just getting him a good spot to turn around, that's the main thing. We might try to do that real quick. We'll walk back through these real quick. Like I said, it's a good looking little pile of logs. I just kind of snake back through here, but some of them got some size. That's got some size to it, but a lot of them are just, the second and thirds, and just not a lot there. Of course, bark's starting to slip. They're showing some worm in them. This old big guy here, he cut off pretty good. Some of them are showing worm, which there's no surprising. It's not surprising. No surprises there on the worm. Several pieces. Like I said, 13 trees. What this is the product of. But they were tall trees. Tall trees. And if I can sell it, I'm bringing it to the deck. I don't like to leave anything out there. If it'll bring money, I don't want to leave it in the woods. I want to get everything we can. Well, we'll start a new one tomorrow. El Dorado Springs. Come hang out with us.